This is Victoria Park transfer station. Victoria Park transfer station is located at the junction of the Shepperton Road and Albany Highway, merging into the Causeway Bridge into Perth City. It is also underneath the road bridge carrying the Great Eastern Highway and Leach Highway across the other main roads underneath. It is pretty much just in the middle of the road with the 2 lanes of traffic in either direction on either side of it. And actually it's located within the suburb of Burswood, but it is very close to Victoria Park, which makes it have its name, because Burswood is a much less attractive and significant area than Victoria Park, and Victoria Park is right next to it, so that's why it's just called that. It is the first stop out of Perth City on all bus routes travelling along the causeway, and the first stop out of the free transit zone. So as soon as you leave the free transit zone, you get to this bus station, and then after this bus station is where they all split up and going to many different directions, which is why it's got its name of transfer station, since you can see it's quite hard to access here in the middle of the road. So it's not really trying to specifically serve this suburb, not at all. There's not even any houses around here or such. Its only, like, its main purpose is just to act as a transfer point when you're coming in from out of the city, so you can get on a different route which has just left the city without having to go to the city itself, hence its name. Anyway, here you can see we just had to cross 3 pedestrian lights, and sometimes you even have to cross 4 just to get in. Here it does say Victoria Park Bus Station. You can use the names interchangeably, transfer station, bus station, both of them are really fine. But you can see it's a really bad station when you look at it like this. Extremely narrow lane here, glass fence all the way down the side, or like glass barriers. Just feels so cramped in here. There's an airport bus coming by, because this was filmed before the airport line opening, so some of the routes are old, and its stands are actually numbered by letters, not numbers, which I think is unique to this station. So you can see there that was stand A, which only has the routes which travel then to the west along Canning Highway up there, not Leach Highway, Canning Highway. Which is, yeah, just 32, 33, and the high frequency 910 to Fremantle Station. And then here, this was how full stand B used to be before the airport line, because you see all these routes which have been withdrawn now, like 36, 286, 287, 288, all that stuff. It's all gone now, replaced by the high frequency 940 between Perth and Redcliffe Station, which we won't see in this video. But the aim of that was to just solidify all those routes into one, basically, and all the ones that went up to Kalamunda as well, all gone, except the 282 and 283, which are from stand C. Those 2 still exist, and you can go up to Kalamunda bus station still. Yeah. Anyway, here is a screen display as well, which they have. Very cool addition to this otherwise cramped and small station. You can see all there really is just benches and bins squished amongst the busway and the actual road for the cars of the causeway. Very inconvenient. And here's stand D. It's just got a lot of routes here as well. So the stands are actually have a specific order. Stand A is for the Canning Highway services, as I said. Stand B is for the Great Eastern Highway services. Stand C is for the Shepperton Road services, and stand D is for the Albany Highway services. And now I've come out to the end here. Here it's uncovered, and it just turns into this random island in the middle of the road, and then just nothing. It's so weird. Like, there should be a fence or something. If you can just come straight out here and then jaywalk across to get up there if you want. And there's the Canning Highway Bridge. Pretty weird here, I've got to say. And yeah, you can see up there Albany Highway, Shepperton Road, and Canning Highway, because the roads here split like in a sort of Y shape. It's not like a conventional intersection. So then they just squished this bus station between, and now it's a really weird intersection design. I can show you more detail right now. So those are all the outbound stands. Now if you want to get to the inbound stands, you have to cross at this pedestrian light to get across the bus station. And there is only one inbound stand within the station itself. You can see stands E and F over there, which we're going to pick in a moment. But first I want to show you entering from the other side. You have to cross yet another pedestrian light to get over the city-bound lane of cars. And you can see that bus right there. Do you see how the bus lane is painted? The bus is on the left, but then it has to cross all the traffic and go into the middle, which means the traffic light has a specific cycle phase to only let the buses go so that it can cross the lanes of traffic to come from the left to the middle. It's just so complicated. And then you can see over there where the cars are driving from right now, that is Shepperton Road, but then on the right is the Albany Highway, and you can see they merge it almost like a fully straight merging point. It's not even an intersection. It's just so weird. And then they have to wait here, and yeah, that bus just crossed there, and then another pedestrian crossing to get across. So no matter which entrance you use, you're always going to be crossing at least 3 pedestrian lights, which takes so much time and is extremely inconvenient for people with mobility issues and in wheelchairs, which is why it's really just not even meant for you to like exit this bus station. It's fully dedicated as a transfer point. Yeah, so that's it. And around here is just like an industrial area, not even any housing, so very minimal people are actually going to exit it. But if it were that you need to exit, it's definitely one of the worst bus stations in terms of that. No pedestrian underpasses or overpasses or dedicated pedestrian lights. Just have to cross at this busy intersection which has like 7 or 8 points where traffic can come in and out, and so many cycles, and it can take like 2 to 3 minutes to turn green. It's just so bad. Okay, sorry, I've had a bit of a rant about how stupid that traffic light is. And then also because the Canning Highway is above here, it's also an interchange for the highway with like weird slip lanes on each side and a looping thing, and it's just so weird. And you see that traffic light? Do you see how it's like angled to the side so that they can specifically see that it's for the Albany Highway cars, not the Shepperton Road cars? It has to be uniquely angled so that they know. It's just so bad. So now we've come to the city-bound stand, which there's only one of, and this is stand E. You can see on that side it's all covered, sheltered, longer, with the glass and everything, but here it's not. There's no glass on the road side, only on the other side, not next to the bus lane. And there's just one pole for every single route which goes to Perth. Like, what? Just unbelievable. Look how many routes are listed on here. 2 Elizabeth Quay Bus Station, and then 2 Perth Busport, 2 Kings Park, and 2 Mirrabooka Bus Station. You also got 38, which now goes to the Busport as well, since the upper line opening. And look at that timetable. Absolutely massive. It's so big that they had to put the Saturday and Sunday ones on the other side and not include any stopping diagrams, because it's just so big. And then buses just line up along here. They obviously don't all stop at this pole. They just line up 3 or 4 buses back. And like, look at the frequency. Like, it's like 3 buses per minute in peak. Just constant buses. And even in the middle of the day, it's still a lot of them. And just it's like more than a bus per minute all day. That's how many buses pass through. But then there are just a few routes which come from the Canning Highway and use the slip lane to get off in the Perth direction, which cannot service this bus stand because otherwise they'd have to do a big inconvenient loop, which means they just serve this random stand which is hidden away here at the end, and some people don't even know about it. It's extremely minimally used, which I'll show you right now. And then here's another set of traffic lights. You can see the B for the bus priority that they have installed, and then the buses cross the Causeway Bridge in the middle. There's no stops on the bridge, and they have bus lanes in the middle to get to the city, and then once they're in the city they go back to the sides of the road. So you can see here bus stand F and way out, and then there it says A to E. So to get to F you have to cross 2 more pedestrian lights right here, and then you go over there. So you just go across here, and then another one here, and then this is for the Canning Highway services, which are the 32, 33 and 910 coming off and going towards the city. And you can see it's actually a timed stop, and there's a specific bus lane here for them to stop, but there's no shelter or anything, so it's just really silly that this even exists here. Now 910 actually goes to Perth Busport, just pretty weird. It's the only route to go along St. George's Terrace and then turn up to the busport on Milligan Street, not Elizabeth Quay bus station. But other than that, it's, yeah, just this random stand here for those routes. But in the other direction, the routes that go along the Canning Highway, they actually do stop at stand A in the bus station, because then they can use the big loop slip lane to get up. Yeah. But if they go on the Great Eastern Highway, actually, to the, east, then they actually have to go on the street to enter on a different entrance and not use the slip lane, because the bus station is just after the slip lane, so they have to go on the streets, which is just pretty bad. Anyway, there's a sign about the history of the Causeway Bridge. You can go back and pause to read it. And this is it here on the side, and you can see the river as well. They're actually planning to build a massive pedestrian and cyclist bridge across here within the next few years, so you don't have to cross on the side of the road. There's a pedestrian underpass there as well, and then you can go up here and just take a look. You can see the bus lanes there in the middle. There's no median, but the bus lane is basically separated, and then the current pedestrian point where they have to go is just on the side right there. Pretty bad. And then here you can connect down to the other PSP, which goes along the river, and you can go west to South Perth or east to Burswood and the Crown Casino, and straight to Perth Stadium bus station, which is very nearby to here. And actually the route 658 and 659 stadium specials, they cross straight across the Victoria Park bus station here. They just go straight across on the Canning Highway Bridge, but they don't stop at any of the stands, so they just, yeah, it's very weird to go across. Anyway, here's one of representation of one of the old trams which used to operate around here back in the day. Just this random red structure here in the park, and it's only actually on one side. The other side is just opened, and there's this weird bell in here and this maneuverable lever which I love to play with. Yeah, so a very noisy bell indeed there. You can really bang it hard and hear the vibrations all across the park. Anyway, let's head back to the bus station now, past stand F. Another 3 pedestrian crossings to cross. No matter which side you come from, no matter which entrance, you're always going to be crossing 3. It's just so bad. And if you're actually going to wait for the green light, it can take you like 5 minutes just to get in. Like, what? And then imagine trying to get to the other side of the bus station and just going through the middle of it. You'd have to cross 6 lights, and it could take you like 15 minutes. Unbelievable. Anyway, here's this staircase which you can take up to the Canning Highway. You can see it right here. This is the Canning Highway. The bridge goes straight across the bus station, and it's a great viewing point. And then there's slip lanes off to the road underneath to go towards the city or Victoria Park. And you can cross on the side here as a pedestrian as well, and get a really great view of the buses coming into the bus station in the middle down there. There's one currently at stand F, and you can see the Causeway Bridge to the city over there in the distance. And because the buses actually get stopped by the bus lights at the Adelaide Terrace Causeway intersection roundabout, they actually always come in like a convoy. There's like 6 or 7 at a time, since there's more than 1 a minute frequency, but they all get stopped at the traffic light and they all come in at once, which just makes everything so full all the time and completely, like, it's empty and then packed. Empty and then packed. And yeah, there's the single bus lane in the other direction. Now here is the overall timetable for all the stands. Before I just showed you the stand E timetable, but look at this. There on the side you can just see A, B, C, E, E, D, A, F, A, B, C, you know, all that, and all the different deviations. Oh my god, there's so many. The timetable is absolutely massive. And here's the map which I was talking about. You can see how it's really a central point where all the buses diverge from. You can go up in that direction towards the airport, the routes to Kalamunda, and then the high frequency route 930 to Thorney, and over to Curtin Central with the high frequency 960, which also goes up to Mirrabooka Bus Station, Perth Busport, a lot of bus stations in that route, or the 910 high frequency to Elizabeth, Perth Busport and Fremantle, and the 935, which goes between Kings Park and Redcliffe nowadays, but it used to go to the airport, along with Route 40 as well, which went to the airport, but now you can just go to Redcliffe and then take another bus. And here, look at this, all transport buses must enter bus station. So basically, because you're on the left bus lane, you actually have to go into the middle from there, right, to enter the bus station, so that you can abide by the cycle of the traffic lights. But not all drivers actually do that, and sometimes they break the rules and they don't enter, and then they can cause accidents because they're not following how the traffic light works. You'll see that later. There's some not in service buses coming past which go the wrong way. Now I've checked out the whole bus station. We're just going to watch the buses coming in for the bridge first over here, and yeah, they just come in. This bus station actually has no layover bays whatsoever, because no route terminates or starts at this station ever. Another reason why it's a transfer station, which is very unique. There's like no other transit stations on the network where no route starts or terminates here. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly tell you about the changes after the airport line. Right there you see one of the airport buses, which the Route 380 used to be the main access point to get to the international terminal, but now all that's withdrawn, and all the routes to Kalamunda, 295, 296, 297, 298, 299, and 286, 287, 288, 29, all those that I just listed were withdrawn, as well as the 36 and the 40, and the 39 was changed, the 935 was changed, lots of stuff changed, and then the new 940 came in, as they said, and there's now very limited access to Forestville and Kalamunda from here, only with the 282 and 283, because otherwise it's just expected you can take the 940 to Redcliffe and then use the new airport line to get to places. So yeah, you're gonna see quite a lot of withdrawn routes in these clips, such as this 295 right now going up to Kalamunda bus station, because this was filmed before. And sadly you won't see some of the new routes which have been introduced, my favorite of which is the 270 going all the way to the terminus of the airport line at High Wycombe station from Elizabeth Quay station. It's a very good route going all the way there, and it's an alternative to train replacement buses when there's disruptions. So that's one of the new routes, and that's not going to be featured here. Neither will be the high frequency 940, and yeah, that's about it. And I'll just quickly talk about some of the other routes that are here. There is the 220 as well, which goes all the way down to Armadale Station, 178 and 179 to Bull Creek, 177 and 72 to Cannington, 38 just to a random stop in Cloverdale. So yeah, there is a lot of routes to a lot of transit stations. You can connect to almost all the train lines from here. Yeah, except the Joondalup obviously, but you can get up to Mirrabooka, which is in the north, so that's cool. 18 different routes coming here now, but only 6 stands in this very bad median centered bus station, which is why, for the amount of routes and like how busy it gets, but this design is really so bad. I've already complained so much about it. It's getting a rating of only 2 stars. Nothing is really good about it except the fact that it does have a protected shelter, some help points in there where you can call the transfer staff, and screen displays. But other than that, it just gets too busy, too dangerous, too full, too inaccessible. Just really bad for a bus station serving almost every single route leaving the city to the east. I mean, yeah, every route which leaves the city along the causeway, which is so many, comes through here. So yeah, okay, I've talked enough now. It's been almost 20 minutes. Now we're going to watch the rest of the bus clips, and a lot of old routes as well, and then we're going to end the video, of course. If you want to see the new routes of the airport line, you can go back. I did make changes videos of all the old routes before they were redrawn and where they used to go. I checked out all the stops before they stopped to be served, and also went on all the new routes like the 940 and 935, the new bit of it, and I filmed it all, and the 270. It's all in previous videos, so go back, check those out, and you'll see. I think in the 270 video I actually specifically got off here at Victoria Park's bus station as well, so you can see the 270 here in that video. I'll link that one in the corner. Thanks for listening, and also this is actually the last bus station now. We've gone through all 14 bus only stations in the network, so enjoy these last 20 minutes, although there will be some other bus station like videos coming soon, even though they're not really bus stations. It's just like major transfer points, which I have also filmed, coming up in the future. Yeah, okay, that's all from me now.